Hi, welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Laura. Hi, hello, welcome. Today we are going to do the Shop My Stash for the month of July and I'm super excited. I have a lot of goodies out for the month of June. I'm like looking at everything and I am not sure what I was thinking last month, if I'm being quite honest. I had a lot of things pulled out. And things that I would like reach in, grab for like one or two uses that have just kind of gravitated their way into my Shop Their Stash bin or Shop My Stash bin just because I do try to monitor and kind of let you guys know what I've been reaching for the month, even if I didn't technically shop my stash for it with you this way. Things that just kind of get used, get tossed in here to talk about later. So I have a lot to talk about. The spread is wild across my desk at the moment, so we're just going to get into it, starting with my sunscreens. So I ended up pulling a couple sunscreens out throughout the month to use. The first one being my La Roche-Posay Anthelios 50 Mineral Tinted Daily Tone Correcting Primer. I thought this was just a tinted like SPF. Apparently it's a primer. I did use this a couple days as my standalone foundation just with a concealer in this, and it worked really well and I really enjoyed it. The only thing with this one is it kind of has a weird smell that's a little off-putting. Then the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen is just one of my absolute favorites. So it's more of that like silicone-y kind of feel. Definitely feels more like a primer than like other SPFs that I've used, like that La Roche-Posay one. I ended up bringing my white foundation mixer by LA Girl in because I thought my foundation in my Project Pan was going to be too dark. It actually is a pretty decent shade on me in these summer months. I also had a e.l.f. Cream Contour Palette. I ended up hitting Pan in this shade over the month, which was pretty exciting. I was not expecting it. And then I started to focus on this one, but clearly we didn't get Pan, but we do have Pan in, I know it's so hard to see in this cream shade, and now we have Pan in 3 of the 4 shades. I had pulled out 2 foundation, like powder foundations. The first one being the Fenty Beauty, what is this? The Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation in the shade 150. A little light for me currently, but it gets the job, especially since this foundation's a tiny bit too dark. This kind of helps bring the tone down. So I can see myself reaching for this more over the next month or so. Then I had another loose foundation. This is Bare Minerals. This is the shade Golden Medium. This one is like my skin tone, if not a little bit too dark right now, but it does work really well to kind of set things down. I think I'm going to set this back for the time being though. I have a slew of other items, but I'll talk So I also had another Bare Minerals product. This is the Bare Minerals Well Rested Powder Concealer, and I'm just going to put this back. I don't need this out at the moment, so I'm just going to tuck that back away. So I had 3 highlights in this rotation. The first one was a Fenty Beauty Diamond Balm in the shade Fenty Glow, which kind of acts more as like a blush topper to me. Just the tone of it's a little bit too deep for my complexion. It's swatched right here if you can see it. Ignore the other swatches. That guy there. A little too deep for me right now, but I used it once as a blush topper. I'll put it away. I had the JOAH What Are You Crystal Glow Jelly Balm Highlighter. This is kind of like a dupe for the Fenty Diamond Bombs. It's just a super glittery highlight powder. Super pretty though. I don't even think you'll really be able to see, but it's just that like shimmery section there. It's a definite dupe to the Diamond Bomb by Fenty. So I really enjoyed this. Something that's a little bit too light for this time of year for me, and I didn't really realize it until I brought it in, is this guy. This is the Ofra and Nikki Tutorials collab. This is Glazed Donut. It's just unbelievably like flashy and like white toned. So I'm going to tuck this back. I had no reason bringing this out for summer. I had a bronzer in. This is the Cover FX Monochromatic Bronzer Duo in the shade Sun Kissed Bronzer. I use this once or twice. You can see, I think, maybe a little bit in the matte side. I did a really good job fluctuating between my blushes this past month. I think, surprisingly, the one that I reached for the most is this guy. This is by 𝙒𝙖𝙩 blush quad thing. It's one that you can like swirl into each color and kind of get a different tone to blush. Then I also was using this new Benefit Wanderful blush in the shade Sunny. This is so pretty. I got this over the past month as gratis from my work, and I can definitely see a lot of usage in this already. Like the imprinting of the shade name Sunny inside of the blush is starting to lightly, very lightly fade away. I am wearing this blush today as my blush, but I am happy to tuck this back. Then the last blush that I had is one of the Sailor Moon collab blushes with Colourpop. This is the shade Cat's Eye. Super shimmery, super summery kind of blush. I use this quite a bit as well, so I'm happy to be tucking this back away though. I had pulled out a Hourglass setting powder, like finishing powder palette. This is the Volume 1 Ambient Lighting palette. It has dim light, incandescent light, and radiant light in there. I just kind of have started to swirl these all around and use them as like an all-over setting powder. Is it the best for that? No. Can I really see any sizable use out of this? Also no. I really just take my brush and fling it through each of the shades. I had a couple setting sprays. The first one has been in my collection for a while. This is the NYX Bear With Me setting spray. I brought this in because I finished the other setting spray that I was using for the month, which I actually forgot to talk about in my empties video, so it'll be in my next empties video. But this is just now my oldest setting spray, so this is gonna just live on my desk until she's done. Then the setting spray that I was using once I finished my other NYX Bear With Me was this guy. An influencer actually had sent this one to me for review. This is the Fieldtrip, what are you technically? The Hydrating Facial Spray with Rambutan. This is okay. I like the mist itself, but the mister is really, really aggressive. Like, bam! Like, you're getting your face spritzed. So what I did before, and why I forgot that this was a new and the other one was empty, is I actually poured it into the NYX Bear With Me, like the Cannabis Sativa one versus this, because the mister on that is so fine and so lovely. Then a whole heck of a lot of eye products to talk about. So one that I'm kind of ashamed that I didn't use, I don't think I used this one single time, maybe once, but definitely not a lot, was the P. Louise base in Yes A Yellow. I just didn't find myself gravitating towards this. I probably won't find myself gravitating towards it. I reached for these eyeliners. We obviously have a theme of colors that we were enjoying over the past month. Yellow, a yellow green, and then a teal. I used all of those, and then my nude liner is just like a staple in my collection. I also had a bunch of loose neon pigments in for the month. I didn't use these a whole heck of a lot. I did really like one look and then put them away, or like two looks, and then I was like, I'm kind of neon pigmented out. But I did use each of these at least one time in the month. I was happy about that. A product I forgot to talk about in my purchases that I should put in my empties basket to talk about later was this guy. This is the KVD Vegan Beauty, the Dazzle Stick, and this is the shade Electro Bolt. And so this is the good and bad thing about the job that I do at Ulta. I get to see like all of the new products, and I take the products that are getting sent back to the brands, and I send them back. I send them back to the brands. So I was doing a new set on the floor, and this one, like these products were getting sent back from our store to KVD Vegan Beauty. And this color is so pretty. It makes me think of like Electric from Subculture, like those like super, it has like a little bit of green into it. I don't know if it'll really pick up, but I was wearing this quite a bit, tapped on top of some of those green looks to give some extra dimension. Really, really pretty. I've really enjoyed reaching for this. I am going to leave this out on my desk just to kind of incentivize using this, especially since I am panning Subculture. I like to have something like exciting like this. Like, did I need this because I have the Natasha Denona like topper shade? No. However, this is incredible, and I like, look at that shine. I have a couple lip products that I want to tuck back away. A couple lip liners. I'm going to leave this red one out. This is the MAC lip pencil in the shade Beat. Oop, my monitor just turned off, so I don't know what you're going to be able to see. But this is the MAC lip pencil in Beat. It's tiny, like it's teeny tiny, and I'll wear this occasionally with the Project Panning lipstick that I'm wearing. Months ago, I thought I had lost this, and then my husband got his car detailed for his birthday, and this was found during that detailing process. So this guy is the LA Girl Perfect Precision Lip Pencil in the shade Bare, and I have a little bit left of this. I am wearing this and the other lipstick or lip liner mixed together today on my lips, but I'm going to tuck this back. It's a little bit too light for me right now. This is a little bit better when I'm a little bit more fair toned. So like the winter and spring, this shade works best for me. So I am going to tuck this back. I just don't really want to work on this right now. This is the Clarins Lip Comfort Oil, the shimmer one. So it's not as comfortable in the shade Funky Raspberry. This is going to go back. Another one that's a little deep is this NYX, what are you? The Filler Instinct in the shade, what are you again? Sugar Pie. It's just like a deep mauvey brownie kind of thing. I just don't want to wear this right now in this time of year. The Oma by Sharon C lip oil tint thing. This is in the shade, it's complicated, or no, casually lit, excuse me. This one's just a darker brown. I don't feel like wearing this one either. I really don't even want to wear the one that I'm working on in a project pan, but that's fine. I'm going to put back my other Sailor Moon Ultra Blotted lip. This is in the shade Usagi. I'm going to tuck that away, but I am going to leave out my CoverGirl Ultimate Outlast lip thing in the shade Very Sincere. This is a very summertime color for me. I wore this on my wedding in August a couple years ago, and I just really enjoy this, and I kind of want to see what I can do with this over the next month, especially since it goes really well with the shades that I'm panning. I think that that'll be really lovely to wear with some of the items that I'm panning in my project pans. But that is all of my things that are going back in my collection. Let me set the camera up to shop my stash with you, and then we'll go from there. So now that we're looking at my collection, I think I'm going to start with like primer or SPF, and I'm actually not going to pull any of the ones that's currently out. Instead, I'm going to pull out this guy. This is one of my new SPFs. I just like to reach for my highest level of SPF in the summer, and this is SPF 60. I had a sample of this a while ago, and I really enjoyed it. So I figured I picked up a full size, even though I know La Roche-Posay isn't cruelty-free. Just trying some sunscreens to get my baseline, what I really actually like in an SPF down. So I am going to pull this guy out to use this month. So I think what I'm going to do is pull out this NYX one as well. This is the NYX Marshmallow Primer. I really enjoy this, so I'm just going to pull this out to use in conjunction with the Project Pan one I'm working on now. Concealers, I think I want to pull a concealer, like another concealer, and I don't know out of these two which one I really want to work on, and I feel like I'm a little backlit, so I'm going to turn my ring light on and be right back. Actually, I just opened my window a little bit more, and that seems to have done the trick. I'm not entirely sure which one I really want to pull in. I am thinking oh man, I'm going to swatch them out real quick. They're probably not really different at all. I think actually out of all three of these, I am going to pull the Eye by Under Eye. It's the darkest one. It's the top one up here on my hand. It is, from what I remember, it fit me this time last year, so I'm going to pull that in. I also think that I have, I kind of want to pull these back out. This is the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops in the shade Sunlight. These are a little bit dark for me to wear all year round. So it's this guy here. It's just a smidge too dark for me all year round, but I think right now it'll go nicely. I do want to pull in my Supergoop Resetting SPF 40 Mist. I want to use this as my reapplication sunscreen, so that's going to come out. I think I'm going to pull out my other Sailor Moon blush. This is from the Moon. It's a more pinky kind of blush tone. I think that might be cute, like sunburny kind of blush look. It's also been a while since I pulled out my single blush. This is the shade Melba by MAC. I bought this so long ago. That's Melba. I'm gonna pull that out as well. And just for comparison's sake, that is a heavy swatch of the From the Moon, the Colourpop one. I'm also gonna bring in my Kaleido Space Age Prophecy. This is their multi-chrome highlighter. I think this would be really pretty with these blushes. It could probably work as like a blush topper kind of highlight as well. You know, I'm panning a blush too, so that's okay. I think I want to pull out my Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder in Translucent Light. This is just my only setting powder, but I've fallen in love with the formula of this, and I'm so sad that Ulta no longer carries Cover FX. I'm gonna pull my like eyeliners out of this guy real quick. All right, so I pulled in my eyeliners for the month. We have Fresh, which is this minty kind of shade. I have Vivid, which is the purple, and then Electric, which is that blue. I am super excited about using all of these, and these are gonna pair well, or like ish, with these guys. I'm gonna pull in the remaining 3 of my by Mellolops neon pigments. So we have Slime, Cosmic, and Ultraviolet. I'm thinking I don't really want another highlight, but at the same time, I feel like I should at least pull something else in. I think I want to bring back out my Kaleidos Mars Melter. This was really pretty as like a blush toppy kind of highlight. It's just a deeper pink tone, and like this time of year is really the only time I'm going to be able to get solid use out of this. So we'll just swatch that guy. It's more of a glitter kind of finish than anything. So we have it right there. Hopefully it's not too out of focus. I don't know why. All right, and it's taken me a minute, but I picked out all of my lip products as well. So I'm going to talk about like the categories that only have one in now, or that I'm only bringing one in. And this is like a tinted lip balm kind of thing. This is the NYX Filler Instinct in the shade Beach Casual. It's just a like peachy light kind of color. So I'm going to bring this in to use. That is a swatch of Beach Casual there. I'm also going to bring in this gloss. This is the Morphe and Sour Patch Kids gloss in the Watermelon Sparkle is the name of it. I've not swatched this ever. I've never done anything with this, and I'm super excited to use this. I'm going to put some on real quick. Oh my gosh, it smells like watermelon Sour Patch Kids. It kind of tastes like watermelon Sour Patch Kids. That's pretty nice. I'm excited, actually very excited to use this. I have a few lipsticks that I'm going to bring in, and we're going to swatch them out. I'm going to start with the most bold one that I'm bringing in. This is the Kiko Milano Gossamer Emotion lipstick in the shade 116. It is like, I forget the actual name. It's like bright coral or something, but it's like a bang on super warm red corally kind of shade. Another Kiko Milano. This is in the shade 105 in their Gossamer Emotion lipsticks. Just like a nudie kind of shade, like a deeper than my lips, but a color that I can wear all year round and be completely fine in. I am bringing in one of my favorite lipsticks. This is the Dose of Color. I have no idea what these are called. This is in the shade Cinnamon Swirl. It's one of my all-time favorites. Just a super warm toned. Compared to the two, they look very similar. This one has more plum or like mauviness to it. And then to complement this guy, I'm also bringing in this Colourpop Luxe lipstick. Not my favorite formula, not my favorite color, but I think paired with Cinnamon Swirl, that could be a super beautiful, like super warm, rich lip color combo, and I'm excited about that. but not right now. But these are the lipsticks that we're gonna bring in, and I'm super excited about that. But that wraps up my Shop My Stash for the month. These are all of my goodies. So the bin was a lot more full than what we put into this, which always makes me happy when we can either kind of touch a little bit more, like I can use these a little more than just one single use. But at the counter side, I'm like, even one single use, I'm touching my collection. So either way, I'm using my stuff. I'm super happy about that, but that is it. That is wrapping up this video. I hope you guys are staying healthy, sane, and safe, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye!